Good day, Theorizers! It's me, Rob, and welcome back to Rob's Theory. For today's episode, we'll be talking about vegetables, taste buds or taste receptors, and the what we so call supertasters. Have you ever wondered why some people tend to eat lesser vegetables compared to you? Like, for an instance, I, for one, don't like eating vegetables. Like, ever since I was born, my family, my parents already have had a hard time feeding me green leafy vegetables whenever they serve it in front of my meals. But all these times, I thought that it was just me. Like, it's my preference. Like, I don't like eating vegetables, so I won't eat vegetables. But apparently, it has a deeper meaning on why some people, just like me, don't like eating vegetables. And it has something to do with genetic polymorphisms or genetic mutations or variations when it comes to their taste receptors. So let's discuss those things on the few minutes or seconds of this video. To give a little background, food preferences and dietary habits are heavily influenced by taste perception, as we all know. Like, if something is delicious or if something is not delicious, we tend to eat or not eat them at all. There is a growing interest in characterizing taste preferences based on genetic variations of people. Genetic differences in the ability to perceive key tastes may impact eating behavior and nutritional intake. So, as what I was mentioning a while ago, some people tend to have greater ability to perceive sweetness. Some people have greater abilities to perceive the bitter taste compared to others. Therefore, studying these factors, we can also increase our understanding of taste biology and genetics, which may then lead to personalized strategies wherein we can modify some tastes of food so that it can better suit other people. Like modifying tastes of vegetables so other people may be more apt to eat vegetables. So everything that's modifiable, these can also be of help when it comes to our health. As we increase our understanding on taste receptors and genetic variations in these taste receptors, we can then also apply these in terms of health. Like, for example, since some people tend to eat lesser vegetables, they have higher risks of contracting some types of diseases like cancers. But you see, with these genetic variations or discoveries that are being further studied currently, we can also help in modifying the health risk factors or disease risk factors that people are undergoing. To give a few examples of taste receptors which are currently being extensively studied right now, we have number one, your CD36 or your fat taste receptors, which are linked to differences in fat perception, fat preferences, and chronic disease biomarkers. So as we all know, whenever we eat fatty food, it tends to increase risk of atherosclerosis or cardiovascular diseases. So a little caution when it comes to eating fatty food. Number two, we have your T1, R2 receptors or your sweet taste receptors. So as the name implies, these receptors have links when it comes to altering sweet taste preferences or eating behaviors. And of course, if you eat too much sweet food, what happens? It tends to increase risk of dental caries as well. And last but not the least, we have your T2R38 receptors, which deal with our bitter taste receptors. And I think a lot of people will be able to relate with me on this portion because this is the time where we talk about your super tasters or those people who tend to eat lesser vegetables. Right, so basically when we talk about your super tasters, this is the portion where we talk about your bitter taste receptors, right? So apparently, these super tasters have very sensitive bitter taste buds when it comes to eating brassica vegetables. So what are your brassica vegetables? So you have your cabbages, your turnips, your Brussels sprouts, and etc. So basically, these are your green leafy vegetables, and they have this correlation with preventing or decreasing the risk of cancer. So you see the correlation in there that if you eat these green leafy vegetables, you tend to decrease the risk of cancer or prevent it as much as possible. But what about those who have who are super tasters or who tend to eat lesser vegetables? What happens to them? What happens inside their bodies? Alright, so since some people tend to perceive these vegetables as very bitter, they tend to eat them in lesser amounts. Therefore, what happens inside their body is that they tend to compensate more on eating more sweet foods, more fatty foods, since they don't eat vegetables. So a while ago, I've mentioned about the two receptors responsible for the fatty perception and your sweet perception as well. Overall, we've seen that variations in these taste receptors, or what we so-called single nucleotide polymorphisms, greatly influence food preferences and consequently our health. Therefore, with more studies being conducted on these portions, with more researches being proven for these purposes, we can also help in modifying food preferences, and later on, of course, our ultimate goal is to increase the quality of life of people by decreasing the number of their diseases or helping them prevent their diseases. I guess the best advice that I could give everyone now is to start eating vegetables at least little by little, or try eating them in small amounts first, since we're not able to tolerate them as much. Because you see, it's just the taste, and I guess it compensates when it comes to us decreasing the number of diseases that we can contract in the future. And take note, I really got scared because we were studying these topics in biochemistry and in the gastroenterology portion of our medicine subjects, and I really got scared because I saw that a lot of cancerous diseases sprout from not eating vegetables, or the lesser frequency of eating vegetables. So there, day by day, I'll try to eat small amounts of vegetables, and I hope you do as well. So I guess that's it. Thank you so much for watching this episode, and I hope you learned a lot simply by watching this video. And I hope to post more videos like this in the future, medical knowledge, fun facts, and many more review tutorials when it comes to chemistry subjects. And I'll be putting the link of the research article that I've read relating to supertasters and variations in taste preferences. I'll be putting it on the description below. So don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And don't forget, knowledge is power.